All right, we are live. Whoa, this thing is nasty. All right, we are now live. We're covering this active tornado warning here in Michigan. This is an emergency broadcast a little bit earlier than I was anticipating. Sorry for the quick delay here. We have an active tornado warning in southern Michigan. This tornado was on the ground a little bit earlier. We had a very strong rotation just north of Granger, Indiana, east of Niles, Michigan. You can see our rotation couplet right here. This is heading northeast. Active tornado threat right now, moving northeast in southern Michigan. This is live radar breaking news and kind of an emergency broadcast here in Vandalia, heading towards State Road number 40. Towards Flower Field. If you are within this region, you should be taking cover right now. Honestly, I think this tornado polygon probably is going to shift a little bit more towards the east as this rotating supercell in southern Michigan is quickly moving eastward. We've had a very tight couplet. I would not be surprised if this was on the ground just about 10 minutes ago. On the ground tornado, and this is live radar a little bit earlier than we were expecting and way outside of kind of the core risk zone for today, but we do have an active tornado warning here, guys, for the next 11 minutes. Active tornado warning for southern Michigan. This is an emergency broadcast to bring you some live coverage. We're going to be tracking this storm until it expires with the tornado warning. You can see a supercell that had a very strong rotation just north of Edwardsburg, Michigan. It's continuing to produce tornado conditions with an active tornado threat. Heading towards, let's see what road this is, if I can tag it, M60 in Michigan, Michigan Road 60, Vandalia. And Flower Field. You should be in your safe place right now. We're in Michigan, guys. We're currently in Michigan. Yes, the cap is about to break soon. Everything is about to let loose. We have over 80 million underneath the tornado threat. This is a very early tornado over in southern Michigan. This is way outside of our core threat zone for today. We currently have an active tornado warning. I believe looking at the couplet just moments ago, about 5 minutes ago, we had a tornado on the ground. Now we have still an active tornado threat for the next 11 minutes here in southern Michigan. This is for Vandalia and Flower Field. However, if you're in Three Rivers, Michigan here, we're in southwest Michigan, you should be ready to go to your safe place. Notice how our storm and our couplet is back. Notice how our storm is moving more eastward than initially anticipated. So Fabius and Three Rivers in Michigan, I'd be ready to take shelter right now. I'd be right next to your safe place. You have a dangerous tornado-producing storm that is heading east. Again, we are in Michigan. This is a live radar. This is quite surprising. We're very early on, and here to answer you guys' questions, guide you through the storms. 80 million underneath tornado risk, but right now we have about 6,000 underneath a tornado warning. That means it's an active tornado threat for your area. Unfortunately, a new couplet has just developed. We have new rotation within this supercell, almost on the edge of the tornado warning. It seems like they're going to have to reissue a new tornado warning. This is moving eastward, a little bit more further east than expected. This is heading towards Three Rivers. Three Rivers, and we're in southwest Michigan. I just want to repeat that. We are way outside of our core threat zone. This is a 2% tornado zone for today, but we are currently heading towards Fabius. Yes, we're heading towards Fabius. I believe that's how you say it. I do apologize if I'm mispronouncing it. In Michigan, just next to Three Rivers, Michigan. If you are in either of those towns, you should be ready to go to your safe place. There is a tornado warned storm heading towards your area. I do believe the tornado, you can see the tornado polygon, the warning polygon. I do believe it's a little misshaped for the current storm direction. You can see our storm direction was mainly northward. Well, we're now shifting a little bit further eastward, so a new polygon might be needed here. You can see a very defined hook echo. We'll stop it right there. Hook on right there. The tornado would be right on the edge of that hook. You should be taking cover right now. This is live radar here in southwest Michigan. Let me point this out. Where are we at? We're kind of south of Kalamazoo here and northeast of South Bend. So we're kind of between those two major towns, and this is a rotation, a supercell, a tornado warned storm, meaning active threat heading towards the east. Dallas is going to see severe weather starting to pick up here just in the next few hours. We currently are going to stick on this main tornado warned storm. You can see some very, very large rotation happening across the entire storm. And right now, a little bit of localized rotation. That's where our tornado threat is heading eastward towards Three Rivers. I'm basically going to say if you are in Three Rivers, Michigan, you should be taking shelter right now. A very large and dangerous storm is making its way towards you and currently is tornado warned. If you guys wouldn't mind liking the stream so we can share the word, this is outside any tornado watch area. This is a tornado warned storm a little bit earlier than when we were anticipating, so I really want to get the word out quickly. I know we had deadly tornadoes yesterday. Want to make sure everyone's prepared. Over 80 million people underneath tornado threat for today. This is a very early one. You can see our supercell shape right there, active tornado warning, and I do believe we're going to need a reshaped tornado warning if the rotation continues to move here eastward. So you can see our actual storm motion is moving a little bit more east than anticipated with the current warning polygon. Chicago is also in a tornado risk for later today. Stay weather aware within that region. But currently, if you were in, Flower Field, Three Rivers, and Fabius, Michigan, we're in southwest Michigan, you should be seeking shelter right now. You have a tornado warned storm. You can see the hook echo. For Three Rivers is technically right outside of the current warning polygon, but because of the deviant storm motion from the latest warning by the National Weather Service, I am saying Three Rivers in Michigan, please seek shelter right now. We are currently in southwest Michigan. Northeast Ohio is going to see severe weather for tomorrow. Again, guys, if you wouldn't mind liking the stream, sharing the stream so we can get the word out there, especially if you are within Michigan. But a quick little reminder, we have over 80 million people within a tornado risk for today. I want to highlight all of the people in a tornado risk for today. It's all of you. All of you, including Chicago, Detroit, Davenport, Des Moines, Omaha, Kansas City, St. Louis, Wichita, Oklahoma City, Dallas-Fort Worth, Shreveport, Memphis, and kind of anything in between there within this highlighted zone. This is the overarching tornado risk. We are elevating today. Please don't spam chat. Maryland not underneath a risk. We currently are highlighting this main tornado warning that is ongoing in Michigan. Just a reminder, tornado warning means active tornado threat. Right now, I am anticipating 4 more watches and warnings to go out through the afternoon into evening. This is an emergency update, so we can get an early warning out. And unfortunately, we have rotation re-strengthening here, right here. This is heading towards Three Rivers and Fabius, Michigan. You should be in your safe place right now. And there it is. Look at that. It's almost like I know what I'm talking about. A new tornado warning has been issued for more alignment with this storm motion. This is now heading towards Three Rivers, Michigan. So you now have just got an alert on your phone. You should be seeking shelter right now. Right now, you should be seeking shelter in Three Rivers, Centerville, and Fabius, Michigan. You have a very large and dangerous storm that is producing a tornado heading eastward. This is well ahead of time of our anticipated schedule. This is not a false alarm. You should be seeking shelter immediately. Unfortunately, heading straight for Fabius, basically hugging this road here. Let's see what road it is. Michigan Road 60. Michigan Road 60, moving eastward. Let's see how fast we're moving. We're basically moving eastward about 40 miles per hour. So this storm is moving very quickly. You can see its development, reflectivity on your left, and velocity on your right. That's the way we can tell the actual storm motion is spinning here. This is an emergency broadcast. Please stay safe. I just got one. Norman, if you just got an alert in Centerville, you should be seeking shelter right now. I can't stress this enough. This is a storm that has produced a tornado based on my velocity estimates just mere moments ago, and currently is still rotating rapidly. I mean, I would even say we probably have a tornado right about here, kind of hugging Road 60, heading towards Fabius, Three Rivers, and Centerville. All of these areas, please seek shelter immediately. Cannot stress this enough. Please seek shelter. This is not a false alarm. This is not early. This is happening right now. We have a live tornado warning emergency update here. I really am hoping all people are in their safe place with a new tornado warning that has just been issued for Three Rivers. Unfortunately, we have 21,000 people in the way of this active tornado threat. So a lot of people underneath an active tornado warning in southwest Michigan. 11 schools and 1 hospital is currently underneath a tornado warning here in southwest Michigan. This will be valid until 4:15 EST local time in southwest Michigan if you are in Three Rivers, Fabius, Centerville, or if you are on the roads anywhere in the vicinity, seek shelter immediately. That means go to your lowest level of your home right now. Tell your friends, your family to seek shelter. We have a very large and dangerous storm that is confirmed rotating. And man, I am not liking the look at this. I'm looking at this right now, and I think we have a tornado on the ground just west of Fabius. I mean, it does not take a meteorologist to see that extremely extremely defined hook heading towards Fabius, Three Rivers, and Centerville. This is a rapidly developing situation. Over 21,000 people, unfortunately, in harm's way. Let's take a look if we have a debris signature. We're going to look at debris signature here. If we can see if we have anything. Maybe a little bit right here. I'd still be seeking shelter. I mean, yeah, it's not looking good, guys. A radar indicated tornado warning is now in effect here in Three Rivers, Michigan. Please seek shelter immediately. Share with friends and family. This is well ahead of time and unfortunately is in a non-watched area. So that's just a reminder. You did not get a tornado watch. There is no early alert. This is an alert to take shelter right now. I cannot stress this enough. You have a tornado warning for your region. That means take cover right now. You need to be seeking shelter immediately. Let's see where we are right now on the map. We're in southwest Michigan here, just northeast of South Bend, about 50 miles northeast of South Bend, and we are heading towards Three Rivers, Fabius, and Centerville. You should be in your safe place immediately. Detroit is in an overarching tornado risk. This is pretty far away from Detroit. Obviously, Detroit's all the way over here, a few hundred miles to the east, but of course, this is kind of the theme of which we're going to have a continuous increase in storm coverage throughout this evening. So you guys want to be following for that. This is going to be live coverage throughout the entire evening. 80 million people underneath an active tornado risk. And actually, I think we might just get upgraded. Oh, no, we actually have a new information here. We have an issued tornado watch for Oklahoma that is coming up on our radar here really soon. So that's kind of besides the point. We are going to stick on this active tornado warning. We just got a tornado watch over in Oklahoma. So kind of multiple things ongoing. Things are really, really starting to elevate here. Almost 1/3 of the United States population is underneath a tornado risk. But right now we have 21,000 people underneath a tornado warning. That means an active tornado threat for your region. Seek shelter immediately. Cannot stress this enough. We have a very violently rotating storm heading towards Fabius, Three Rivers, and Centerville. Unfortunately, we're getting a little bit of interference from the radar, so it's hard to pinpoint exactly what we are, but unfortunately, the actual rotation is right next to Fabius. You have mere moments to take shelter in Fabius. Three Rivers, you have about 5 minutes to take shelter. This storm is moving eastward, about 40 miles per hour. Please seek shelter immediately. A bit south of Grand Rapids, a bit further south. We're in southwest Michigan, very far southwest Michigan, in Three Rivers, in Centerville, and Fabius, Michigan. Please seek shelter immediately. You have a classic hook on the supercell, a tornado possibly making contact with the ground. We're talking about tornado risk for over 80 million people today. I believe the actual exact number is 83 million. And this is a rapidly developing situation in which we have an early storm that is currently in an unwatched area. So you should be seeking shelter immediately. Yes, Edmond, Oklahoma. I believe most of Oklahoma has just gone underneath a tornado watch. We'll go over that the moment this warning expires. I want you guys to be taking cover, though, if you are in Three Rivers, Centerville, or Fabius, or anywhere on the roadways here in southwest Michigan. This is an emergency broadcast, emergency live stream here with Rainy Day Weather, and we have an active tornado warning. That means you need to be taking cover immediately. Pretty textbook looking supercell here. I mean, the actual environment was conditional to some tornado development, but man, a supercell all on its own currently in southwest Michigan. This might be a bad omen for the rest of the day. Hopefully not, but man, if we see a tornado currently in the kind of the lowest probability, but there is a probability of tornadoes. I am afraid of what we're going to be seeing for the rest of today, and unfortunately, we are going to have a very bad situation unfolding here. A very large rotating kind of signal coming away from this actual storm here in southwest Michigan. Edmond, Oklahoma, I can't tell you. We're going to stick on the warning. I can tell you you're not in a warning right now. We're going to check later. Please don't spam chat. Let's keep it for important questions here in southwest Michigan, where you should be seeking shelter. Over 21,000 people underneath an active tornado warning. Now, let's take a look if we have a debris signature here. This is a very rapidly developing situation. We take a look at correlation coefficient, and I am not liking what I'm seeing here. Possibly a debris ball noted by the latest radar estimates here. Not a good look here in Fabius. Fabius is possibly taking a direct hit from an active tornado threat. You should be seeking shelter immediately. No time for delay. Oh gosh, that is not good. Not good, guys. This is a rapidly deteriorating situation. And I say that because look at these reds and greens right next to each other. I cannot stress this enough. If you are in Three Rivers, Michigan, and you know anyone there, please tell them to take cover right now. We possibly have a very large and dangerous tornado starting to form here. When you start to see multiple pixels of red and greens right next to each other, that's where you start getting nervous. Here in Southwest Michigan, Three Rivers. Let's do a little bit of a zoom out just so you can see where we are. It's a lone supercell, about 50 miles south of Kalamazoo, Michigan here, and we have a very large and dangerous storm that is possibly forming a large tornado heading towards Three Rivers. You need to be seeking shelter immediately. This is an extremely dangerous situation. We might see an upgraded tornado warning. So right now we have a current tornado warning. If things continue to progress in this fashion here, we might see a PDS tornado warning, a particularly dangerous tornado warning, if the National Weather Service deems it is important to do so, in which I think it might be noteworthy here, in which we might see an elevated tornado warning because we have a possibly confirmed tornado heading into a larger town. This is a town of over 20,000 people, Southwest Michigan. We're in Southwest Michigan here. And let me add that to the ticker here. Let me add that to the title. One moment. I'll keep the live radar here. I'm just going to add it. It does not look good. Southwest Michigan. Michigan's MI, right? Like sometimes I get streamer brain. Okay. Been added a title, but yes, we are currently in Southwest Michigan here. If you're in Fabius, if you're in Three Rivers or Centerville, there is a very large on the heels of yesterday where we had a very large and dangerous tornado, we possibly have a very large and dangerous tornado heading into Three Rivers, and this is not a good sign. When you see the entire storm complex absolutely ripping in rotation, that is not a good sign here. And unfortunately, we have over 21,000 people in the harm's way. You can see how large our town footprint here. There's our footprint of the town. Here is the circulation, unfortunately heading due east about 40 miles per hour. And this is actually extremely surprising. We're currently in a 2% risk zone for tornadoes, and this is quite earlier than expected. So this is an extremely concerning situation because none of these people had a heads up other than this tornado warning. So I'm hoping everyone is taking shelter immediately. I cannot stress this enough. Just because there's not a watch ahead of time does not mean we are not talking about a very large and dangerous tornado here. I am actually very, very concerned for all of these things combining together. We possibly have a very large and dangerous tornado. We also have people who have had about 10 minutes of warning, not a lot of time to prepare for possibly a very dangerous situation here in Southwest Michigan. Yeah, this is an incredible, unfortunately, event happening here where we have a basically deviant supercell that has just absolutely tapped fully into its potential, unfortunately, and now is heading right into Three Rivers, Michigan. If you are in Three Rivers, Michigan, that's Southwest Michigan. I cannot stress this enough. We have an extremely dangerous situation, and we have a continuation on the current tornado warning. Looks like they're just going to chop off the end. The tornado warning continues for the next, I believe that's 25 minutes, over for 19,000 people, 11 schools, and 1 hospital, unfortunately, in harm's way right now, where we have a current tornado warning. Still radar indicated heading eastward about 40 miles per hour. Cannot stress enough. You need to be taking shelter immediately within this. We're currently in emergency broadcast mode. I was honestly not prepared to hop on this early, but I saw the tornado was looking very, very dangerous. Just a little shout out. We now have a tornado watch over across eastern Oklahoma. It's going to be Dallas, Fort Worth, Wichita Falls, and northern Texas. So that's something to look at for after this tornado warning expires. Of course, we're going to stick on the oh my God. Oh no, this is not good. This is not good at all. This is absolutely horrific. Okay, let me consult. I'm going to consult my... I think we need an upgrade here, guys. I think we need an upgrade. This is not good. We possibly have a very large and dangerous tornado on the ground. Let's do a radar estimate on how wide this possible... Oh god, this is not good. Current estimating the width of the tornado, at least a couple... 100 feet off the ground, is currently estimated at 1 mile. Possibly 1 mile wide tornado is heading into a town of 20,000 people with about 10 minutes of warning. This is, I am not feeling too good about this one because this is an extremely low warning time, extremely short warning time for possibly a very large and dangerous tornado. If you know anyone in Three Rivers, Michigan, these are the last few moments. Please please alert them. And if you are in Three Rivers, Michigan, seek shelter immediately. This is a life-threatening situation. You can't really get much worse than this tornado signature on radar. Those reds and greens are right next to each other. You might even see those browns. Those are gate-to-gate winds. We're talking about 90-mile-per-hour winds. If you guys wouldn't mind sharing the stream and liking the stream just so we can get people aware, we have a possibly very large and dangerous tornado situation happening, about to enter a town of about 20,000 residents in Three Rivers, Michigan, guys. I know this is a shocker. This is a big shocker because this is in a non-watched area. So this is the first alert we're getting today, and it is possibly a large tornado. Let's get the brand new scan. Yeah, we still have a very large broad rotation and possibly tight rotation in the southwest corner of Three Rivers. The actual hook is about to unfortunately make direct impact with Three Rivers. Hopefully everyone is in their safe place. This is a very dangerous situation. If you're just joining in, we are currently in southwest Michigan. It's a very dangerous situation. Three Rivers and Centerville, as well as Route 131 and Michigan Road 60. This is kind of the cross area of where we have a very large and dangerous storm, possibly producing a dangerous tornado here. Currently, radar confirmed, and the actual velocity is very scary here. Very scary. Yeah, it's only March, especially in Michigan. You do not like to see this happen, where we have a very low amount of warning time. Unfortunately, these residents were only given about 10 to 15 minutes of warning time. And oh no, that's not good. Possibly very large rotation right in downtown Three Rivers. Just throw on correlation coefficient. This is yikes, as well as possibly a debris ball. This is deteriorating extremely quickly. We have a very extremely dangerous situation on hand here, and we have been upgraded. This is a considerable threat tag. Looks like, what are we giving it? This has been upgraded to an emergency situation, a particularly dangerous situation. Tornado warning has now been issued for Three Rivers. This means it is life-threatening. If you do not take cover right now, which unfortunately there is not time to do in Three Rivers is now confirmed taking a hit by a large and dangerous tornado, confirmed by National Weather Service. Unfortunately here, this thing just strengthened, right over this town of over 20,000 residents. Over 20,000 residents are taking a direct hit right now by a very large and dangerous tornado in Three Rivers, Michigan. This is not good. Not good at all. You can see we can look at the actual estimate of tornado width. My estimate of the tornado width is around 0.6 miles-ish, and is currently going right through downtown Three Rivers, the town in southwest Michigan. An active tornado warning. This is just noteworthy. This is a PDS tornado warning. That's a level 2 out of 3 tornado warning, just underneath tornado emergency. What that means is there is a large and dangerous tornado currently on the ground, currently making a life-threatening situation for over 20,000 people. There is no other time. You can see particularly dangerous situation noted by the National Weather Service. You can see the actual rotation here. Unfortunately, right in downtown Three Rivers, just an absolute possible catastrophe unfolding, as these people unfortunately had extremely low amount of time, a low amount of warning time for this absolutely devastating tornado. Most definitely, unfortunately, making impacts in Three Rivers. Looks like we've just jumped a bit over to the north. It looks like we're now in the northeast quadrant of Three Rivers, but unfortunately it looks like Three Rivers has just sustained a direct hit by possibly a large tornado. And just a reference, we are underneath a tornado, particularly dangerous situation. Possibly some debris within this radar scan here. A little bit difficult to pin out exactly, but this is an extremely dangerous situation. Looks like we might be kind of jumping a little bit ahead. Yeah, the right side of the screen has a radar scan about 2 minutes ahead. And if you guys are just joining in, thank you for people who are helping out in chat. I know this is a little bit hard to cover. We have a particularly dangerous situation, a very dangerous tornado that has just crossed Three Rivers, Michigan. We're in south. I know this might be surprising. We currently have a very large and dangerous tornado confirmed by the National Weather Service on the ground about crossing Three Rivers, Michigan. And to add to, unfortunately, all of this problems here is these people are not in a watched zone. This is a non-tornado watch zone, which that means these people had no heads up other than about 7 to 10 minutes in which they got the tornado warning. And unfortunately, Three Rivers, a town of over 20,000 residents, one hospital, and 11 schools, has just took a direct hit from possibly a large and dangerous tornado. You can see our rotation starting to hop off to the northeast, so the actual tornado threat is starting to exit the Three Rivers region. Now we're going to start looking a little bit more beyond Three Rivers. Hopefully everyone was in their safe place for Three Rivers. I am very nervous to look at any photos or videos coming out of there. I'm sure we'll be seeing that coming very soon. Mendon and possibly Vicksburg, keeping an eye on you guys. Anywhere between there. Michigan Road 60. This storm is rapidly moving towards the kind of northeast-east motion here, as well as Centerville. Centerville is still within that tornado warning. I'd say in your safe place. I know the actual motion is continuing eastward, but yes, we have a current active tornado warning. This is an extremely dangerous situation. Just a reminder, this is a PDS tornado warning, a particularly dangerous situation tornado warning, which is only reserved for very high elevated, severe tornadoes. And unfortunately, Three Rivers, Michigan has just took a direct hit by this tornado here. I don't have any ground confirmation, but unfortunately, looking at the velocity, I'm sure looking at the velocity here, I can just kind of show you exactly where I think most likely got hit, possibly within this corridor right here. Saw a tornado, and my radar estimates are around 0.6 to 1 mile wide, 0.6 to 1 mile wide, at least a couple thousand feet off the ground. And we continue to have this active tornado threat now just east of Three Rivers, Michigan. And just a reminder, we're only in the marginal risk. So if you are within any tornado risk, guys, today, there's 80 million people in tornado risk. This is actually the lowest end tornado risk zone we're currently in. We're in a marginal risk. We're in a 2% tornado risk. You should be taking this day extremely seriously. Extremely seriously. This includes large cities like Chicago, Detroit, Dallas-Fort Worth, which also Dallas-Fort Worth just went underneath a tornado watch. That means the ingredients are there. This is a very serious day. It's going to be a bit messy. It's going to be hard to track because there's a lot of moving parts going on. I'm going to try to guide you guys through this day as best as I can. We're starting off on a not a good note here. I wish it was a more friendly note where we have a possibly large and dangerous tornado, just a direct hit to Three Rivers, Michigan, still maintaining that PDS tornado tag. Just a reminder, that is a particularly dangerous situation, level 2 out of 3 tornado tag, and we continue to have very strong rotation along Road 60. And unfortunately, there is some suburb buildings here. There are unfortunately some neighborhoods that the actual tornado is still ripping across in eastern Three Rivers in Michigan. I'm here to answer your guys' questions. I'm going to continue to watch this. Yes, we have a 2% risk in a PDS tornado. That is pretty rare to happen, especially. Not to add to it, this is in a zone that does not have a tornado watch. That means they didn't really give any heads up other than a tornado warning. So you had 10 minutes to basically protect your life and seek shelter. There's a very low amount of time, unfortunately, and I'm really hoping everyone was able to take life-protecting actions. And now I'm going to start putting more areas in alert here. Mendon, Michigan, I would start getting ready to go to your safe place. Honestly, I would move towards your safe place. I'd be able to go in your safe place. We're currently in southwest Michigan, Three Rivers, Michigan. You're just joining in. We have a PDS tornado, a particularly dangerous situation, level 2 out of 3. That is an extremely dangerous tornado, is heading towards Mendon, and Three Rivers, unfortunately, possibly just took a direct hit from a very dangerous tornado. Very dangerous tornado. Don't spam chat, guys. We're sticking on the tornado warning for right now. I'm going to answer more general questions once this tornado warning expires. And unfortunately, this is not a good situation here. Hopefully, this supercell gets kind of roped out here eventually. But we are continuing to track this, moving eastward about 40 miles per hour here towards Mendon. This continues to be, let's see if we're sustaining it yet. We're continuing to sustain the PDS tornado warning. That is a particularly dangerous tornado warning. And this is just a very, very scary situation. We've over 200 people across our platforms here. If you're just joining in, we unfortunately have a very large and dangerous tornado on the ground here in southwest Michigan. This, I know, might be a surprise. Like, wow, what is going on? Southwest Michigan's having a large tornado already. Unfortunately, yes, a town of 20,000 people, Three Rivers, has just took a direct hit from possibly a large and dangerous tornado. And unfortunately, this large and dangerous tornado remains on the ground and moving eastward about 40 miles per hour, heading towards Mendon and Centerville, Michigan. Seek shelter immediately. Can't tell you how dangerous this tornado is. Unfortunately, in a 2% zone. And also a good reminder, if you're within any tornado risk for today, please take it very seriously. If you get any warnings, take them seriously, especially today when we have a very dangerous setup across a lot of states, over 20 states involved in today's severe weather risk. And now we're continuing to check. So right now we're kind of hopefully only hitting around farmland. I'm here to answer some more questions. I'm going to focus on chat a little bit more, so I'm happy to answer some more general questions. Again, this sustains a particularly dangerous situation, at least for right now, tornado warning, but I'm going to answer some more questions on this very, very dangerous day. Where am I located? I'm currently studying abroad, student meteorologist Ethan Myers. You're studying abroad here in Madrid, so I'm not really in location here. If you guys have a question, if you wouldn't mind putting city and state. Grand Rapids is expected to see some severe weather. You have a tornado risk for today as well. It shows right here you can get big tornadoes in marginal risk areas. That's exactly right. Cedar Point, biggest fan. Unfortunately, we have a possibly large and dangerous tornado in a non-watched and a 2% tornado risk. That's pretty rare to see a PDS tornado warning. It is extremely rare to see a PDS tornado warning in a 2% tornado risk. But it does happen. It does happen. And unfortunately, I do believe Three Rivers in Michigan has just sustained a pretty substantial blow to possibly a large and dangerous tornado. Got my animal carriers ready to go. Thank you for taking care of your animals. It's a big thing overall. You guys got to keep an eye on your animals. Flint, Michigan is underneath the same general tornado risk. You're underneath the 2% tornado risk. The same tornado risk that this current large supercell is possessing. So keep that in mind. And we still have by the way, guys, this rotation is not giving up. It is not giving up. I still believe we probably have a large and dangerous tornado on the ground. You can see I have it circled there. Those reds and greens right next to each other, heading towards Colon, Mendon, and Leonidas. Leonid? Oh my gosh. Leonidas? Come on, this is only 30 minutes into the stream. I should be good. Please stay weather aware. Do you think they'll put Michigan underneath some sort of watch? I believe so now, especially when you get a PDS tornado warning. I think they're gonna debate about either a severe thunderstorm watch or a tornado watch, but I believe Michigan might go underneath a tornado watch. Yes, surprisingly, I am talking about Michigan. We're currently in southwest Michigan where we have an active tornado warning. Still, the tornado warning is PDS. That is particularly dangerous situation confirmed, large and dangerous tornado heading eastward about 40 miles per hour, and unfortunately has just took a direct hit. And yikes. Okay, we have, you might be seeing that we've changed polygon colors. That is because we've been upgraded again. We now have a, yikes. This is a tornado emergency. We have a huge confirmed large and dangerous tornado on the ground. This has now been sighted. This has been sighted on the ground. We have visual confirmation. You might have noted we've just upgraded to a pink polygon. That is because, unfortunately, and that is not good news for Three Rivers because that means someone has seen this. We have a large and dangerous tornado on the ground heading towards Mendon and Leonidas in Michigan. There is no time to delay. You currently have a this is unprecedented, a very large and dangerous tornado in a 2% tornado risk. That just beside the fact at this point, we have a very large and dangerous tornado on the ground confirmed. This is in southwest Michigan. You have no time to delay. You need to be seeking shelter immediately. If you are in Mendon or Leonidas or even Sherwood in southwest Michigan, we're just east of Three Rivers now. Three Rivers just sustained a major blow from this tornado, and unfortunately this tornado warning, you might notice, is pink. That is because this is a pressing issue. It is the wording of the National Weather Service is a large and dangerous tornado has been spotted on the ground. That is basically the sign that is now or never. You need to be taking shelter immediately. If you fail to take shelter and a larger and dangerous tornado comes to you, you may be taking a risk on your life. This is an extremely dangerous situation. I know this is a little weird to be talking about in this early in an event and as well as in Michigan in March, but we need to be taking this extremely, extremely seriously. Seek shelter immediately. Get off the roads. Do not seek shelter underneath overpasses. Seek shelter at the lowest level of your house. If you have a basement, that's best. If you don't have one, that's okay. Seek interior rooms immediately. If you know anyone within the southwest kind of Michigan region, let them know there is a large and dangerous supercell that's producing a confirmed large and dangerous tornado on the ground. And we still continue to possess a pretty major rotation here, unfortunately heading in towards Mendon, Michigan. Mendon, Michigan continuing to move towards the east. And this is just an absolute tremendous storm, unfortunately tapping into the actual spin of the atmosphere, kind of riding the warm front here and just producing a very large and dangerous tornado. And unfortunately has hit a town of over 20,000 people, continuing to move eastward. Continuing to answer you guys' questions. Yes, it is a bad day to underestimate the threat. Why does it say expired? Okay, so yeah, I probably should change my timing, honestly. That is my local time. That's my local time. So we only focus on the time in the brackets. That's how much time is left. 23 minutes. This is, I believe we're in PDS now. We're a PDS tornado warning. Let me confirm that for you. Yes, we are still a PDS. This is a damaging tornado. Emergency management confirmed tornado. You need to be seeking shelter immediately. So I believe, I apologize, I think I misspoke there. It's not a tornado emergency, it is a PDS tornado. Still should be seeking shelter. There is no reason to not seek shelter in a PDS tornado warning, kind of paralleling Michigan Road number 60. Michigan Road number 60, Mendon and Leonidas in southwest Michigan should be seeking shelter immediately. This is a very unfortunate sign for the rest of today. This is a good reminder. Should be taking this extremely seriously. If you get a tornado warning anywhere in the United States here, over 80 million people underneath a tornado risk. Let's look how this developed over the past basically hour here, where we've had the actual supercell just absolutely tear, unfortunately, right through Three Rivers, continuing to hold on to its spin, moving eastward about 40 miles per hour and sustaining its large and dangerous presence here just south of Mendon. You can see hopefully everyone in Mendon, Michigan are currently in their safe place, as we have a confirmed large and dangerous tornado on the ground. Michigan, they are debating going emergency right now. Gosh, so usually emergencies are reserved for very populated areas. I think they're probably going to stick with PDS unless whatnot. But you can see the footprint of Mendon right here, and you can see, unfortunately, the footprint of our active tornado. Let's estimate how large the tornado is right now. My current estimate, that might be a little bit liberal, is 1.5 miles across. My best estimate for you is a tornado warned storm, a tornado with a 1.5 mile footprint. Unfortunately, a very large and dangerous tornado that has been confirmed by emergency management. We're currently in Michigan. We're currently in southwest Michigan. Let me update title. I might just do that. Maybe it might be easier. Southwest Michigan. Hopefully that's understandable. There we go. Let me move that around so we can get that in there. Okay, cool. There we go. So if you're just joining in, we currently have a confirmed large and dangerous tornado on the ground by emergency management. You might notice the pink polygon. This is a tornado warning that is continuing on for the next, if I can click the right thing, the next 20 minutes. If you are Mendon or Leonidas in southwest Michigan, seek shelter immediately. Immediately. Seek shelter immediately. We have a very large and dangerous tornado. My current radar estimates, this is the tornado footprint, is about 1.5 miles across. 1.5 miles across. Lubbock, Texas. I think Lubbock, Texas is actually outside of the threat. This is a PDS tornado warning. PDS, so just underneath a tornado emergency. Still, just a reminder, PDS are usually reserved for high populated areas. I would not change your reaction to betting on PDS or emergency. This is basically a emergency for the people who live in this region. Seek shelter immediately. We'll get into more of a kind of wider discussion here a little bit later on, guys. I'm going to stick on this. This is the only warning right now. I can tell you the only immediate threat right now is here in Michigan, surprisingly. We will talk about the other threats here once this expires. I just do not want to leave this current tornado particularly dangerous situation here, paralleling Michigan Road number 60, moving eastward here towards Leonidas. If you're in Leonidas in southwest Michigan, you have a large and dangerous tornado that has been confirmed by emergency management on the ground. So please seek shelter. Western North Carolina is not going to get hit, so I can help. Thank you guys for the people who are helping in chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you guys. I know this is a full hands-on deck here as we continue to watch this very large and dangerous tornado continue to move eastward. You can see it looks like they're expanding the actual warning polygons a little bit to the north here just to cover any large hail problems. The actual severe thunderstorm warning includes tornado possible tag. Obviously, the tornado is a little bit more further south, 50-mile-per-hour winds and about baseball-sized hail, a little bit golf ball-sized hail. Correction, golf ball-sized hail. That's really beside the point. We have a large and dangerous tornado here on the ground in southwest Michigan, in Leonidas, in Sherwood. Honestly, I'm including Sherwood. And let's look a little bit downstream here. Okay, so we got downstream. If this supercell continues to move east, here are some more larger areas that should be on alert. Marshall, Girard, Union City. Route 69, or excuse me, I-69 should be alert. Eventually, if we continue this track, we're kind of heading towards like Homer. These areas should be alert. There's a very, very dangerous storm that is in southwest Michigan right now. A confirmed large and dangerous tornado continuing to spin up and move northeast, about 40 miles per hour. Thank you, Inkle, for joining in. Yeah, you live in Michigan. Okay, yeah, almost all of Michigan is underneath the tornado threat for today. So be weather aware. This is a good reminder. Even if you're in a 2% tornado risk, please, please, please be weather aware. We have a confirmed large and dangerous tornado on the ground, continuing to move eastward here towards Leonidas. And if you are just joining us, unfortunately, Three Rivers in Michigan has just took a direct hit from possibly a large and dangerous tornado. And now this tornado is continuing to move eastward from this lone supercell. I mean, look at the radar. Look at the radar here, guys. There is nothing around this storm other than this. Very, very rare for it to just be all on its own. It's kind of riding the warm front here. And this thing could go for like miles. There's nothing stopping it. So I really want to point this out. This could be a long duration tornado. As long as it can sustain its shape here, and you can see there's still a sustaining spin here in Leonidas. Leonidas should be in your safe place right now. A confirmed large and dangerous tornado. You can see that pink polygon is on the ground. We're currently in southwest Michigan. Southwest Michigan. Please seek shelter immediately. Sherwood. Eventually going to be Athens here in Union City in southwest Michigan. These are smaller towns again, but you should be seeking shelter very soon here. We have the pink means we have confirmed eyes on the ground looking at a very large and dangerous tornado. See if I can get some counties for you. We're in northeastern St. Joseph County in southwestern Michigan, and we're in northwestern Branch County. So just to repeat on that, we're in northeastern St. Joseph County and northwestern Branch County, we're heading east. We're heading east at about 40 miles per hour here. You can see the direction of travel with our tornado right here, basically paralleling State Road number 60. State Road number 60. Seek shelter immediately. Let me grab my water really quick. Was not anticipating the live stream. Where did I put my water? All right, we got the water. Hydration is important. Sorry if I'm a little scrambled. I was not expecting us to go into an immediately particularly dangerous situation, tornado, just right off the bat here. I was not prepared for that, let's be honest, especially in Michigan. So if you're just joining us, I am frightened by the fact that I'm waiting for the photos to come out of Three Rivers. I will share them the moment I get them. Out of Three Rivers, Michigan, as they've just been cored by a possibly large and dangerous tornado. If you're just joining in, this is live radar. Unfortunately, not a lot of heads up. These citizens in Three Rivers, about 20,000 of them, unfortunately had about 10 minutes to react to a very large and dangerous tornado. And this thing is still going, by the way. It's still going right here just west of Leonidas. Sorry, I'm just contacting my resources just to see. Yes, we are Three Rivers, Michigan. Three Rivers, Michigan. We continue to track this large and dangerous tornado, currently possessing the confirmed large and dangerous tag, PDS tag, heading northeast, east, about 40 miles per hour. And we continue to see the storm race. Basically, it's paralleling Michigan Road number 60 here towards Athens and Union City. No time for delay. Seek shelter immediately. Looks like we're going to get a new tornado warning here just in a second. Just kidding. That's my tsunami tracker. So we're good. Don't worry. There's not a tsunami either. Just said there wasn't a tsunami. And yes, this is a current tornado here in southwest Michigan. It's the only tornado warning right now. I can tell you that. Let me just do a little check just to make sure that's correct. It's the only tornado warning right now. There are severe thunderstorm warning, or excuse me, there is a severe thunderstorm warning in Oklahoma. There's currently a tornado watch out in Oklahoma. We're going to continue to watch the active tornado threat. So just a reminder, we're going to stick on the tornado threat that is active. We will get onto the watch phase. Those are where the ingredients are after this storm does expire. I'll be happy to answer your questions as we continue to go right now, but we're going to keep the radar on the most pressing issue, which is a large and dangerous tornado confirmed on the ground in southwest Michigan, heading east about 40 miles per hour towards Leonidas, Athens, and Union City. Union City. Hopefully the one projected hit Grand Rapids later will miss us. Yeah, I mean, this is the frightening thing, right, where you have just an absolute monster all on its own. This tornado has now been on the ground for, well, let's see. You can see this first tornado report back there. Tornado has now been on the ground for about 50 miles. It is still going. And there's nothing really in the way of this. That's the frightening thing. 50-mile tornado continuing to move towards the east. And it actually is getting stronger. Unfortunately, Leonidas is seeing very, very strong rotation right over that. It might be a little confusing. The right side of the screen is about 2 minutes ahead of the left side of the screen. It's just how the radar scans work. We have a large and dangerous tornado continuing to move eastward. Will this become a tornado emergency? I believe only if we get to a more well-populated area. They usually reserve emergencies for a large and dangerous tornado on the ground, as well as a large population in the way of it. So I don't see it becoming an emergency, at least near term, but if it continues to move towards places like Marshall and Battle Creek and I-69, that's when I can see a possible tornado emergency that will move eastward here. And yes, it looks like it's gone through a recycling phase in which we have a possibly tornado back on the ground heading eastward about 40 miles per hour. Any updates from Three Rivers? I don't have any damage reports out just yet. I mean, I can keep an eye on my... I need like another screen, honestly. Let me see. Three Rivers, Michigan. I'm seeing if there's any reports. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hold up. 1 second. Jeez. Okay, hold up. I'm just confirming. Okay, we do have... What the heck? Okay, that's copyrighted. Who is that by? Okay, I do have... Where is this from? Sorry, I'm just trying to confirm the content before I post. And here is a photo of this. So we have a tornado on the ground right now. Here is the photo of the actual tornado. See if it focuses. And yeah, you can see it right there. Sorry, it's not going to focus well. So anyways, let me see if I can get that to myself. 1 moment. All right, I'm going to get the photo on the stream here. You can see this is the same storm, and the actual storm is continuing to recycle an active tornado warning here in southwest Michigan. If you're just joining in, I'm going to pop up that photo. It looks like they just extended the tornado warning as well. So give me 1 second. I'm going to get the photo to myself. So we could pop this photo on stream so you know what it's looking like, right? That's the most important thing. Alrighty. 1 moment, guys. Nearly 30 seconds until I get this up here. Probably less than that. See how fast I can be. It's loading. Come on. There it is. Okay, so we're going to download it. That's a photo of this active tornado warning right here. We're going to put it on screen for you guys in just a moment. You can see that's the tornado, and it is currently on the ground, current active tornado warning. The good news is it has been just got downgraded to just a tornado warning. Still seek shelter. That is the tornado in Three Rivers, this confirmed tornado in Three Rivers. We're going to throw that on screen for you in just 1 second. There we go. Okay. Just have to go. I'm like scrolling through 800 things. There we go. Okay, well, that's a little big. But here is the tornado that was on the ground here, and this was Three Rivers, Michigan. Three Rivers, Michigan, for clarification. All right, there we go. So this is a real deal, guys. This is just mere moments ago, about 5 minutes ago, that was posted online, and there you go. Hopefully it's shrunk, but this is the same cell. It's still underneath the tornado warning. You still have that classic supercell shape. Still have some pretty decent rotation here just over Leonidas. We're continuing to track the latest updates heading east towards Union City and Athens in southwest Michigan. An active tornado warning still remains in effect. Good news is we have been downgraded from a particularly dangerous situation just now, currently underneath a tornado warning. Still take action right now. I don't believe there's another tornado warning. Let me check. Well, we just actually got another tornado watch, so things are really going crazy here. Got tornado watch now across this region. Des Moines, Omaha, and just north of Kansas City, north of Wichita, has just gone underneath tornado watch, and as well as Oklahoma City and Dallas is now underneath tornado watch as well. What that means is the ingredients are in place for tornadoes. However, we're going to stick very closely on our current tornado warning, which means there is an active threat. This is a storm that produced the image on your right. You can see our hook is really redeveloping. A little bit of interference, and I think we possibly have another large tornado on the ground heading towards Athens and Union City. This is a monster. Continuing to tear east, there is nothing, I say nothing, in the way of this storm, and this could be a long-track tornado, a very dangerous and violent event ongoing. You can see the image in the right side of your screen. That is the image of the tornado about 5 minutes ago. For Ohio, main risk is going to be actually tomorrow, so it's going to be tomorrow. If you're just joining in, follow for more updates. We're going to be tracking these storms all night. I'm going to be guiding you guys through this event. This is just the beginning, and unfortunately, we're off to a very violent start where we've had a town, Three Rivers, Michigan, just got struck by that tornado on the right side of your screen. A direct hit. Confirmed damage on the ground. I already saw it. We have released a warehouse hit. I don't have information about any injuries yet. I will keep you updated on that brink of information as we continue throughout this evening. You can see, it looks like we're transitioning weather forecasting offices because we're getting a little bit of a weird polygon here. And you can see we're about to transition over towards Athens and Union City with a current active tornado warning right here. I'm expecting that to be extended any moment. In Buffalo has a severe weather risk for tomorrow. You actually have a 2% tornado risk for tomorrow. Stay weather aware. Georgia, not anything to be concerned about. Possibility in northern Kentucky tornado. That's going to be for tomorrow as well. You do have a tornado risk for tomorrow. It's a 2% one, which I say is tiny, but this current massive supercell, which has produced a large and dangerous tornado, is the same level of risk as you have tomorrow. So it's kind of like you have a risk tomorrow. You should be taking it seriously. How's it going, Shelly? Let me know what question you have. If you have a question, see you added me. Thank you guys for the follow, and if I really appreciate it. If you're here just watching, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like and dropping a follow, just to show the TikTok algorithm that this is a stream worth watching, because I want to get the word out to as many people as possible. We have over 80 million people underneath tornado risk, and unfortunately, we've just started off the afternoon with a major tornado with a direct hit to a town of over 20,000 people. That is not the way I didn't even expect to start this early, and now we are off to the races. Now we have multiple watches out, and we still have this large tornado. You see on the right side of your screen, that was captured about 10 minutes ago, and the same storm is still producing a tornado heading towards Union City in southwest Michigan. I'm here to guide you guys through every step of the way. We're going to be tracking those tornado warnings very closely. Going to be calling out who needs to be taking shelter, as well as answering your guys' questions throughout this afternoon and evening hours. Tornado for Michigan when? That is right now. And a reminder, a warning means active threat. You need to be taking shelter right now. We're in southwest Michigan here. We're in Leonidas and Mendon, heading towards Athens and Union City. Chicago's underneath a 2% tornado risk for today. And Iowa, yes, did just get a tornado watch. That is correct. We'll go over the watches here. Once this tornado warning expires, or at least we can get a little bit of gap in time here. I mean, we are still, this is going to be a long-lived supercell, guys, unfortunately. I think we possibly could be seeing a tornado on the ground. So the tornado has been on the ground or up and down for about 75 miles now. On the ground or up, kind of up and down. The tornadoes don't stay on the ground all the time, but you see on the right side of your screen, that one's definitely on the ground, it has been confirmed damage on the ground. up and down for about 75 miles. There's nothing holding this storm back. We are heading towards I-69, so this is a good time. If you know anyone driving on these roads here, right here in this corridor I just circled between Marshall and Coldwater in Michigan, get them off the roads right now. You want to get off the roads as fast as possible. It's 2% big or small. It's actually pretty small, but you should be weather aware. This tornado that's currently just got produced is in a 2% risk, so it still can produce. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean if you're in a 2% or not. But yeah, program to use Weatherfront. You can find the link to. It's actually an app in my bio. So here to guide you guys through the storms here, and man, we are not looking good. Not looking good. It's still a potentially large and dangerous tornado just north of Sherwood, Michigan, heading towards Union City and Athens. I'm surprised they have not issued a downstream tornado warning yet. I'm expecting that to come any moment. Should be literally any moment, any minute, any second here, as well as we continue to track this storm. My scanner said it was PDS. Right now it's not PDS, but it was PDS about 7 minutes ago, I believe. 7 minutes ago. So if just joining in, we have a large and dangerous tornado on the ground heading eastward towards Union City. Just want to shout out, we have a severe thunderstorm warning way ahead of this storm, so we have ample time for people to prepare. This includes Union City, Homer, Albine, oh my gosh, south of Marshall and I-69. That means a tornado is possibly moving into your region. This is based off this large supercell that has been moving and continues to move. It continues to produce a large tornado just south of road number 60 here in Michigan. I mean, Union City, you should be in your safe place right now. I don't know why there's not a warning out. And as I say that, I believe they just issued it. I think we're right on the edge of the forecast office because you see these weird warning polygons. Like, why doesn't it go out like this? Usually you have to wait for the other office to get the other side here. So you have different regions issuing different warnings. And now we have a new tornado warning. So if you're in Sherwood, if you're in Union City, you should be seeking shelter immediately. A very dangerous situation is coming towards your region. You have a tornado warning. Tornado warning. We're in southwest Michigan. Please seek shelter immediately. All right, I'm gonna try to get a emergency post out here because I was not expecting to stream long term, but just want to make sure all my viewers are able to see the live stream. We appreciate the quick pause here. I'm just gonna send out the alerts because I want everyone to be weather aware. Things are popping off a little bit earlier than expected, and hopefully everyone's staying safe. Okay, there we go. And one moment. Almost done. I appreciate you guys hanging in there. So yeah, if you're just joining, I'm just going to repeat my information. We have a dangerous tornado warning here in southwest Michigan. We have multiple tornado watches going out across Iowa, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. So those are where the ingredients are set up, but we have a current active risk, an active warning, an active tornado here in southwest Michigan. And that's kind of what we're tracking very closely right now. I'm here to answer you guys' questions just in 1 second. I'm just currently alerting all my viewers across all platforms that we're live, and I want to get that out to everyone. Obviously, we want to get as many people alerted so everyone can be safe. Okay, sorry for a quick pause. Okay, now I'm back. All right, cool. All right, yeah, we currently have an active tornado warning, and Kansas is underneath a tornado watch. We can go over there. So okay. Quick little reminder: we have active tornado threat here in Union City, in Athens, in Michigan. Okay, you basically have that possibly multi-vortex tornado, very large and dangerous tornado still ongoing here. I want to go over our watches because we have a lot of people in watches now. So what that means, the ingredients are now in place over these regions out to the west. You can see not much going on the radar, but that means we are right on the brink of things getting crazy. So here in kind of, I guess this is north of Wichita, kind of north central Kansas, so not a lot of people there. But eventually these are going to be expanded, right? We're probably going to have a tornado watch kind of fill in this center gap in Kansas City, in Wichita, in Omaha. And then also going down to the south, we already have tornado watches out for this region. So tornado watches are going out for millions of people, including Oklahoma City, Norman, Wichita Falls, Dallas, Paris, Texas, McAlester, Tulsa. All of these areas now have the ingredients for tornadoes. That means your awareness should be heightened, and you should have your emergency plan in place if we get a warning. So you should be ready to go here, guys. If you look in the right side of your screen, I just have that on screen here. That is the confirmed tornado in Three Rivers, Michigan, just mere about 15 to 20 minutes ago now. And, you know, it's kind of surprising, right, because this is outside of our current watch zones, but it's still ongoing. And the thing that's very dangerous with this storm is there's nothing stopping it. It is a big storm that is rotating all on its own here. It's a supercell all on its own. It has nothing in its way to stop it. It is most likely going to continue to rotate rapidly and move east-northeast about 40 miles per hour, in which it's been continuing to do for about 80 miles now. You can see it looks a little pretty rain-wrapped here, but we still have very strong rotation heading towards Union City. I would not be surprised to see an extension of this tornado warning here any second now. I'm actually surprised it's not been issued yet. And this is heading towards I-69. So this makes me nervous because we have I-69, and Santa, you missed a PDS tornado over Three Rivers, Michigan. So we currently have a tornado warning in Three Rivers, Michigan. And we're going to continue to answer your guys' questions and track this single supercell. It's causing major issues across southwest Michigan. Luckily, this actual cell is going to miss Kalamazoo, but keep an eye on any other cells that fire. Obviously, the environment is potent around Kalamazoo. I feel like I might be in the path. I'm in Howell, Michigan. Let me check. Yes, I know. It's crazy. And Howell, Michigan. Let's take a look. Okay, so you're pretty far away. You know, like, if the cell keeps going, you are honestly potentially in the way. So you are in, like, that 2% tornado risk as well. I'd say weather aware. It's probably like an hour or two away from actually getting close to you at all. But I would not write it off, right? I think if you draw a line, and if it went all the way to you, it is possible. So increase that awareness there and stay weather aware as we continue to track this very dangerous storm here in, let me get that out, here in Michigan. Lots to track ongoing. Houston, Texas is now underneath a tornado watch. That means conditions, the ingredients for tornadoes are now in place. Not seek shelter. Get ready to seek shelter if we get a tornado warning. So heighten that awareness. Now know the environment is potent enough to produce tornadoes. I'll continue. Toledo, Ohio, severe weather risk is going to be for tomorrow. Of course, Christina, please stay safe out there. I know it's a very dangerous day. There's going to be a lot to track. Over 80 million of you are underneath a tornado risk of at least some sort for today. So a very, very serious situation ongoing. Quick pause. I'm just alerting my one more following just so people can get on the stream. There we go. Okay. Okay, now we're good. All right, here to answer you guys' questions, but yes, we continue to track this storm, and man, this thing is still rapidly rotating, possibly large and dangerous tornadoes still on the ground, heading towards Union City here in Michigan. Rockford, Illinois, all of Illinois is underneath at least some sort of risk. Western Illinois is in a more enhanced risk here. Expecting severe weather to be pretty late tonight. You're expecting a squall line to form, maybe a few supercells on their own, but expect that threat to be a little bit later tonight. Is this heading towards Thornton? Generally, it's heading towards Horton. I believe it's Horton, Michigan, but you have a long way to go. Who strong was a tornado? It's Dallas-Fort Worth just got a watch. Yes, it's just a watch. But that means the conditions are increasing for favorability. Let's take a look at the live radar down in the Houston area. You can see our cells are actually mainly firing over in the Oklahoma region, but Due time, we are expecting coverage to increase, and wow, these are actually a couple of pretty large supercells here in Oklahoma. We'll continue to watch that extremely closely if we get any tornado warnings. So our current only immediate threat for tornado warning is in Michigan, South Michigan. Now we're kind of getting to South Central Michigan as that supercell makes its way, but we do have active tornado watches across these regions. So these are kind of our core regions, at least right now, that have the highest potential to see a severe weather threat. It's Dallas, yes. How strong a tornado, it's impossible to say without a survey, but it was issued a PDS tornado warning, a particularly dangerous situation tornado warning for your region in Southwest Michigan. Let me turn off our categorical risk. I just don't think that's going to be needed here. Throw on discussions. Sorry, getting banned by TikTok really quick. There we go. Got to solve that CAPTCHA to make sure we're not lulling you guys to sleep, I guess. You know what I'm really interested is they still have not issued a watch. This lone supercell is kind of the main thing that's going on, but they have not issued a severe thunderstorm or a tornado watch at all. Man, still a very strong rotation signature here, heading towards Union City in Michigan. Chicago's underneath a 2% tornado risk for today. Nothing severe right now, but later tonight, continue to monitor the situation. You might get an isolated tornado, large hail, and high winds within the region. It's Elkhart, Indiana, South Bend, Indiana, getting the weather right now. It's going to be a little bit later, so you can see here South Bend. The actual tornado warning is about 100 miles to your east. It's moving away from you, but you are in an area in which is expected to develop more severe weather coverage throughout your afternoon into evening hours. If you guys could also include your state as well, city and state. Seeing some questions just generally. We'll keep the radar right here. I'm going to continue to answer your guys' questions. There is our new tornado warning. Homer. Oh, wait. Was someone here from Homer, Michigan? I did remember seeing that. Homer, Michigan. I thought it was a different city, but I think I might. I don't know if they're in the Homer, Michigan here or the Homer, Michigan to the east. But if you're in the Homer, Michigan near Marshall, let me know. Horton. Okay. That's what I was thinking. Well, Homer, Michigan is now underneath the tornado warning in Albion. Oh gosh. And I-69, Athens, Eckford. You should be seeking shelter immediately. A new tornado warning has been issued for your area right here. A very large tornado warning. This has had the history. This is the same storm that produced the picture on your right side of your screen here as well. Mississippi, I'm not expecting severe weather for today, I believe. Yeah, not today. More of tomorrow threat, maybe tomorrow morning as well. It's Ohio right now, or it's mainly tomorrow. Atlanta, going to get some storms, not really severe. You're doing a great job with names. I appreciate the encouragement. If you could include your state, Leany. Sorry, guys. There's obviously there's a lot of repeat name towns, so sometimes it's hard to pinpoint exactly which town name. And we're still seeing a very large and dangerous tornado, guys. I do not want to discount this. This actual rotation is very intense as it continues to move east. Okay, Milan, Michigan. Let me check. So that's Milano, not Michigan. Looks like the wrong Milan. Okay, for Milan, Michigan, yeah, you're in a 2% tornado risk. You're not in any immediate pressing risk in which you need to be taking shelter, but you should be weather aware for today. Obviously, we have a cell that's producing a tornado here in Southwest Michigan. It is pretty far away from you in general track. This one would probably not be the one to cause an issue, but it's still be weather aware as we continue to track these storms. Where in Michigan? We're in Southwest Michigan, just south of Battle Creek. Union City is currently experiencing possibly a large and dangerous tornado from this storm here. We live in Alabama rural, and we are in a radar gap area. Oh gosh, yes, radar gap areas are tough, right? They're very tough. Redford, Michigan. Here to answer your guys' questions as efficiently as possible, as well as track the latest radar scans here in Michigan. Across the country, over 80 million people underneath some sort of tornado risk for today. And actually, the first confirmed tornado to happen is in our lower end risk. For Redford, Michigan, you are in a 2% tornado risk. I'd say WeatherWare for today, any cells that do produce along this warm front, which is where this supercell is riding, right? It's basically taking a little ride on this warm front that's sitting here. It's where warm air can produce, basically amplify the lift and also induce some enhanced spinning motion along the actual frontal boundary. So what the storm is, it's all by itself. I mean, you might be like, what is this storm doing? It triggered, and now it's kind of just on a roller coaster across this entire warm front. So what we actually could do here is if I pull out, so here's a tornado. If I pull out our observations, let's go to 2-meter temperatures. You can kind of see where our cold air is. So here's like the warm front, and maybe it's like right along this way. Honestly, it's a little bit more to the further to the south. It drapes down a bit. So it'd be interesting to see if it actually takes that southern turn. It should start to lose energy if it makes a deviant motion further northeast. It's really not that conducive to convection, but you can see it where it's really has been, right on that warm front there. Kansas, north portions of Kansas are now underneath a tornado watch. Homewood, Illinois is underneath severe thunderstorm risk for today. No immediate threat and no watches. Stay weather aware. Your risk is going to be increasing later this afternoon into evening hours. Is it going towards Detroit? I mean, like, generally it's going towards Detroit, but it's very cool over in Detroit. So it'd be quite insane if this actually made all the way in Ann Arbor and towards Detroit. However, I say that, however, it is traveled always. The actual first report of tornadoes all the way over here by South Bend. It's traveled almost 100 miles already in about an hour and a half. So I wouldn't put it completely off the table for places like Jackson, Michigan here to see a tornado. Like if you're at Jackson or if you're anywhere along I-94, I'd be aware of this threat here, aware of this threat with this tornado ongoing, continuing to push eastward. Because it is a real one, right? We've had the picture on the right side of your screen is the picture that has been captured in Three Rivers. This was all over here, and you see confirmed tornado reports here. Numerous reports of significant damage on the southwest side of Three Rivers. And emergency managers have confirmed tornado on the ground. It looks like a portion of the roof was ripped off a building here as well. So that is the first storm reports, first damage reports coming out of Three Rivers in southwest Michigan here. Hopefully you guys are hanging in there. We'll be tracking these storms basically all night here. I haven't got dinner yet, which was unfortunate timing. I wasn't expecting to stream this early, but hopefully I can find a gap in which we have a little bit of calm time and so I can sneak in dinner. If you guys have any want to support me, as a student meteorologist, this is kind of my main thing here, my project, over 68,000 of you. If you wouldn't mind dropping a follow, so also boost the algorithm, of course, so we can reach more people and alert more people of this dangerous severe weather day across the nation. Over 80 million people underneath the tornado risk. Not the way we want to start off the day with a very large tornado pictured on the right side of your screen here. And then for Indiana, yes, Indiana is underneath the slight risk and marginal risk for today. You have a tornado risk. You have a large hail risk. I'm expecting these to increase a little bit later tonight, early tonight, late tonight. It's kind of surprising to see a cell fire this early in southwest Michigan and now South Michigan, but still got to be weather aware here. So now we're going to look a little bit more further down the line because this storm is moving, right? It's moving at 40 miles per hour, heading northeast. If you are in Jackson, do we have anyone in Jackson, Michigan? This is where you might be starting to go towards your safe place. Go towards your safe place. Okay, you do not want to be on the roads here where we have a very large and dangerous storm entering the region that has the history of producing a dangerous tornado. So if you are in Jackson, I would start to get ready to go to your safe place. If you have family or friends running errands or at their workplace or out at a trampoline park, which, do you guys like trampoline parks? I kind of do. They're fun like once every year or something. Anyways, beside the point. Tell them to make their way home, make their way to a safe place, because we're talking about a very dangerous storm that is currently tornado warned, by the way. It's currently tornado warned, that is heading in the general direction of Jackson. And just a reminder, if you are in Homer or Albion, Michigan, you are underneath a tornado warning. You should be seeking shelter right now. How far is this from Battle Creek? This cell is probably visible from Battle Creek. This is about 10 miles to the southeast of Battle Creek, in which we have now breaking news. Breaking news, guys. We have unfortunately, now we have a confirmed tornado on the ground again. So the tornado has been confirmed. You can see the box has been increased in width. That means we have a confirmed tornado on the ground heading towards Homer in Michigan, I-69. Everyone needs to be getting off the roads immediately. Let me go check something really quick. Let me see if I can access Michigan live traffic cameras. Would you guys like to see live traffic cameras? We might be able to actually spot. Dang it. Okay, I can't. Unfortunately, I can't access them because I'm studying abroad in Spain, and some of the traffic cam websites are not friendly towards that. I will see what we can do here. Anyways, we do have a confirmed tornado on the ground here, heading towards Eckford, Tecumseh, and Homer. Should be in your safe place right now. You confirmed tornado on the ground. And if you, just a little heads up, if you are in Concord, Hanover, Parma, or Jackson, Michigan, I'm putting you on alert, in which you should be ready to go, ready to take shelter, in which, because the storm has now produced a tornado for about 90 miles. It's almost 100 miles in distance, and now we have a confirmed tornado on the ground again, and this is basically following Michigan Road number 60, and if you take a kind of trace of Michigan Road number 60, we're heading right towards Jackson, Michigan. Please don't spam chat, guys. You will get muted. We are southeast of Battle Creek, 10 miles. You will get muted. Darcina, you are underneath a tornado warning. You should be seeking shelter immediately in Albion. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Should be seeking shelter immediately. You are currently underneath a tornado warning. You're just on the edge of the polygon, but you should be seeking shelter. Okay, good, Darcina. Please stay safe. We are thinking about you here. I'm hoping this storm can eventually die out here. I mean, this tornado has been on and off the ground for about 100 miles, 90 miles right now, and it's continuing to race eastward about 40 miles per hour. Our actual tornado circulation is about to cross over I-69, so hopefully everyone is getting off the roads. All right, pop quiz for my friends here. This is a big problem spot right here. You are in your car. Do you take shelter underneath an overpass? Yes or no? A little pop quiz for my viewers here. Let's see how educated everyone is on tornado safety. Do we take shelter underneath an overpass, people? Okay, I am getting faith is restored in humanity. Good job. Lots of no's. So if you're in I-69 and you see this little overpass with Michigan Road number 60, do not get tempted to go underneath the overpass. It is a death sentence. It will accelerate the winds, and it is a death sentence. So if you're just wondering, it is never an option to take shelter underneath an overpass. You have a better chance of surviving a tornado getting out of your car and laying flat in a ditch than getting into an overpass. It accelerates the wind. Research has been done on this extensively, and it's extremely dangerous. Basically a death sentence to take shelter underneath an overpass. This is a big spot in which we have a lot of people now getting warnings on their phone of an observed tornado on the ground, and they're going to be like, where am I going to go? Well, the best case you can do is you can try to seek shelter as fast as possible, but if you think there's no other option, you remove yourself from the car, you get out, you lie flat in a ditch. That's the best chance you have. Never take shelter in an overpass or underpass, whatever you like to call it, as we continue to track the storm. Just a reminder, this is an observed tornado here in southwest Michigan, the current only tornado warning, and it is moving eastward at 40 miles per hour. If you are in Homer, Eckford, or Albion, please take shelter right now. This includes I-69. Rotation's about to cross over I-69 in southwest Michigan. Wind is faster, yes. Wind does accelerate underneath an overpass during a tornado event. Just for reference, the tornado on the right side of your screen is the same storm about 20 minutes ago. We'll continue to obviously track forward in time. That's the best image I have of the tornado. Of course, it's going to look a little bit different, but it's just proof this storm has produced a tornado. Please take shelter immediately. Here to answer your guys' questions, of course, we have a very dangerous storm that keeps on going. This storm does not have any give up in it, unfortunately, and is also, unfortunately, heading towards much more populated regions. We've been in a little bit of a spot in which there's a little bit less populated regions other than Three Rivers. Now we're kind of getting to a spot in which there's town after town after town, and then we have a possibly major town, or, I mean, what would you guys call Jackson? A town? City? I mean, it looks pretty large to me. We have a major town that unfortunately is lined up for this tornado. This is an observed tornado. So if you are in Jackson, Michigan, now is a time, I call it city. Okay, Jackson, if you're in Jackson, the city here in Michigan, now is a time to prepare, gather your family, alert your friends, and please get ready for this storm to make entrance into your region. The warning has not been issued, but I want to give you as much time as possible because this storm has no quit in it. No quit. It has been on the ground, and it's been off the ground for about 100 miles now, moving 40 miles per hour east towards you. You can see storm motion is east and a little bit north, like a northeast motion, continuing to move very dangerously, about to cross I-69. So hopefully everyone is off the roads there. You can only hope. If you didn't know, yesterday, tragically, we lost 2 people due to a car getting, unfortunately, enveloped by a very large tornado over in Oklahoma. That was a very tragic event, and that's why I want people to get off the roads here. That's why I want people off the roads in Homer and Albion and eventually Concord, Parma, and Jackson, I-69, I-94, where we have a very large and dangerous storm continuing to push eastward towards these areas. Nothing for Raleigh, North Carolina. It's heading to the northeast. So you can see general direction, general motion. It's kind of this direction, maybe a little more eastward. Oops, sorry for the radar jerk. There we go. Kind of in that general direction. It's basically following the State Road 60 pretty well here. State Road number 60 in Michigan. Yeah, it's a very, very tragic story. You see, the general rotation is very, very large. And what's happening is we're getting a little bit further away from the radar. So the storm is moving away from the radar. So our slice that you're seeing here, because obviously this is a 2D slice of just one layer of the atmosphere, is becoming a little bit elevated. So we're not going to see very well the actual pinpoint of where the tornado is making contact with the ground. We're going to see more of the general circulation, in which you can see very much so the entire storm is rotating. So a very dangerous storm, and just a reminder, this has been observed by a storm chaser and emergency managers moving eastward at 40 miles per hour. We're mere moments away from the storm crossing over I-69. I do not know how to use WeatherWise, unfortunately. Thank you guys for the follows. Again, I really appreciate that. Directly helps support my mission in alerting people and getting live weather content out to everyone. If you didn't know, we will be live in the field in storm chasing in about 65 days here in May the 10th, with possibly 10 weeks of severe weather coverage, as well as content for you guys to be alert in the largest storms on Earth here. Of course, in the meantime, we'll be continuing to have live coverage in studio here, and by studio I mean my apartment here in Madrid. I'm studying abroad, and I think this is a first good sign I've honestly seen the past hour of tracking the storm. Its rotation is becoming a little bit more broad. So we're not getting as much pinpoint rotation. We're getting a little bit of gray pixels between our reds and greens. That's a good sign. Hopefully this continues. But I do have to say, this is starting to meander a little bit more further to the north than originally expected. So if you're definitely in Eckford, in Homer, and Albion, stay in your safe place until this thing is past. Because with these types of storms, they can be very quick. Off and on. Yeah, unfortunately, Tom, TikTok has just been an absolute mess. That type of stuff. What app do I use? This is a Weatherfront. Oh, Weatherfront? How to use, you have to press the, the text that says rain mix snow intensity or your reflectivity text. Press that text and then you can scroll through the options on the radar. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the larger radar here. We're actually going to switch sources over to MRMS, and you can see generally what's going on. Okay, so actually it looks like we're about to get possibly another severe thunderstorm watch or tornado watch. So we have two tornado watches out. So the ingredients are there for tornadoes across this region and this region. With the southern region being a little bit more active, a few severe thunderstorm warnings, not much going on across this region just yet. It's kind of setting the scene. Then also we have a few thunderstorms, mostly sub-severe, a couple of severe across Illinois and Chicago, but nothing really crazy. And then we have this lone supercell that has produced a tornado for almost 100 miles, continuing to move eastward here in southwest Michigan. And that's kind of the kind of wrap-up of what's fully going on as well. And we still have pretty decent rotation here within this cell. Let's see what radar we're based out of now. We're getting closer to the northern radar. Yeah, it looks like we're kind of gonna switch basis of radars here. So this is still an observed tornado. It was seen by storm trackers, so we continue to track it very closely as we continue to move eastward. Can you give me your state on top of Longview? I can check. City and state, guys, helps me out find your place as quickly as possible. Thank you, Daisy, for the shares. Guys, we're only 2 followers away from 50 new followers to stream. If you wouldn't mind, help support the mission. Enjoying the rainy day with their family. Longview. I'm guessing, honestly, there's a lot of Longviews, so I'm going to need a state. Thank you, guys. Some other people. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, Garrett, for joining. Very kind of you. Make sure you hydrate, too. It's important to stay hydrated out there. There should be velocity. You just have to, there's like text at the bottom of your screen that says like super res reflectivity, or super res. Yeah, it says super res reflectivity. You have to like press that. If you press that actual text, the blue text, it will give you a bunch of options. I believe the base version has velocity. I'm almost certain of it. If you're looking for more advanced features, you can get 1 free month of premium on my the links in my bio here. So if you're just joining in, you got that tornado on the right side of your screen. That was all the way in Three Rivers, Michigan. Let's see how far away we are now from that. We're about 40 miles away. So almost, how long have we been streaming for? Just over an hour, probably just under an hour actually ago. The storm is still very dangerous and is moving eastward towards much, much more populated areas, unfortunately. It still possesses very large-scale spin. We are, unfortunately, very far away from the radar now. We're very far away from the radar, so we're going to have to rely on storm chasers there. I do have to say this is still a confirmed tornado visually by storm chasers heading northeast-east, 40 miles per hour. If you are in Homer, Eckford, or Albion in Michigan, you need to be seeking shelter right now. This storm has been causing issues, has been producing tornado for about 100 miles now. 100 miles of storm motion, and it continues just to spin. I mean, if you look at it, it's all on its own. There's nothing else going on other than this bad boy riding the warm front. It's tapping into some overall spin. Just because you were on the radar, okay, that might be maybe why, Dexter. That'd be a problem. And you can still see the general shape, even though we're far away from the radar. You can see the general shape of our supercell, where you have inflow flying into the storm, and you have the updraft, and then you have that rotating. Let me use a different color. That rotating updraft, of course, and then you can have the anvil fire off, and all that spinning motion is drawn down to the surface, and of course produces that tornado as well. I have a tornado watch in McAllister. Stay safe out there. Of course, we have only tornado warnings over here in Michigan, surprisingly, but we have all these all this fun stuff going on over here. Just nothing actually truly going on. Just more watches right now than warnings. But that is soon to change, very soon to change, as we continue to track this storm. I'm new to this, so I'm learning about. Wow, this is amazing to watch on RadarScope. Yeah, it's quite incredible. To follow along, and you can see it for yourself. Lots of amazing resources out there to check out stuff and follow along closely. But there's just kind of the start, honestly. I was not expecting, honestly, if this cell hopefully dies out, if we can get a little bit of break time in, I might take a little bit of a break and get dinner in, because I'm currently in Madrid and I I overestimated the time I had before a major tornado. Of course, there really wasn't a big sign of a major tornado in Michigan, of all places. But it's okay. I'll survive until we can find a little break in there. Now you gotta starve. Guys, who's gonna follow me if I starve myself all night? I feel like that might be against like TikTok terms of service. Probably gonna. Well, I'm already demonetized. I don't know why they demonetized me for like no reason. You know, it's honestly just a never-ending problem. I've had 2 streams the past like 4 months. They have not had issues. Now you. Don't worry, guys. I'll take care of myself. And unfortunately, speaking of taking care of itself, the supercell is recycling in motion here. So it looks like it's regathering its circulation here, heading towards Eckford and Albion. Is now crossed over I-69. It is still on radar confirmed. That is observed tornado on the ground heading towards Eckford and Albion in southwest Michigan. Southwest Missouri is not underneath any threat. Most of your threat is going to be coming later tonight as those storms propagate towards your direction.